everybody. So I am here to talk to you a little bit about Frankenplanning and what that means, what that looks like, why I do it, why it works for me, and how it could work for you to kind of beef up your planning system. So inside of this planner off to my right, I have all of these planners. And so Frankenplanning essentially means to take a whole bunch of different planners that could be standalone planners and take either 1 month or a few months out of them and mix and match them so that they work together as a Frankenplanner. So I'm gonna move this stack off to the side, but as we walk through my Frankenplanner and my process for putting this together, I will go ahead and show you which planners I have put here, what happens when they're done, and all of that, and how my Frankenplanning process works. Some of them are planners and some of them are extension packs, but you can see there's quite a few planners that I have migrated into one system. And so before we get started, the reason why I do this is because I am a little bit lazy. I will not walk over and pick up a different planner every time I need to do a different task. So whether that's switching from home stuff or from just looking at my calendar to looking at my bills to looking at my social media stuff to all of that, I will not walk over and do that. For a while, I had them separate and it was working really well for me to use the Happy Planner tote, and I will either picture that on the screen or link it down in the description box below. And that was working really well for me to kind of carry things around, but just kind of the act of having to put one planner away and pull another one out just felt really like too much for me, and I felt like things were too compartmentalized, and I felt like there wasn't a smooth transition where I was seeing the connections between everything. So in here I think I decided about 7 different planners. So we'll start with the first one. So the first one is my catch-all, and it is the homebody planner, and I'll just show you. So it's a monthly layout with a dashboard weekly, and so this is considered the dashboard layout if you are new to the Happy Planner. So it has this like super functional side, so you've got like tasks to buy, looking ahead, this says important under here, and then we have, you know, a section over here where you can do whatever you'd like for the days of the week, and then also kind of a, I guess like a half horizontal section for your weekly stuff. And this is what that planner looks like all together. And so next you can see that I have February right in here. I already have in here the February, they call this, I guess, the dashboard or the currently page. So this starts February. And so what will happen after this month, so after January is over, is I will take January and I will put it back in here, because what I like to do is I like to show flip throughs and walkthroughs of how my planners are looking every few months or so. Sometimes every month, it kind of depends on how things are going, but I will put it back in here and I will save it for as long as I am in that planner. Once I am no longer in that planner, it will go over into what I call the planner graveyard, which I will show you guys at some point. If you want to see my planner storage system, let me just tell you, first of all, it is not a gorgeous planner cart. It is a giant monstrosity of a filing cabinet where all of my planners, stickers, filler paper, everything lives. And if you guys want me to show you that, I totally will. I'm not quite ready to do a full like office walkthrough or planning space walkthrough. I'm making some changes to my space right now. But if you want to see like my planner storage, I'm happy to show that with you. So let me know if you want to see that down in the comments below. So that is this planner. And then next up, I have my home section. And so this is even kind of combined between 2 planners. And so where this came from is called the home extension pack. And now I did not have one of these fully unwrapped ready to show you, but I will link it down below. But essentially it's multiple tabs that are household type categories. So chores, projects, budget, meals, and I think that might be all that's in there. But this is supposed to help you to keep your things on track. So for me, what I use out of there is the chores section and then the budget tab, just because I like the neutrality of this. But in here, I have a whole bunch of different budget pages, and those came from this. This is the undated budget extension pack that came from the most recent release, so from the winter release. And then also some other things that are in here are from this, the Savvy Saver planner, and this was one of the Happy Planner girls for the fall release. So this is a budget planner. And so between these two things, as well as the budget companion pack, I created my own essentially budget planner that works really well for me. So I grabbed different pieces from those things and put them in here. Not saying that those planners didn't work or couldn't work for somebody, they just didn't work really well for me. So for example, I already track my monthly bills, or I'm supposed to, on these sheets that came out of the Planner Companion. So I didn't need a full like monthly layout out of a planner. So I went ahead and took that out, and I added other pages that I felt would be more functional and useful for me. So that is how I do that. And so those three sections, so the homebody seasons, the chores section, and then my budget section, are considered what like my catch-all or like my life planner or something like that, to track all things personal, all things family, all things household, all of that good stuff goes in that section. So that's where that goes. And if you want to see a full walkthrough of my Frankenplanner setup, I will link that down below or put that up here on the cards. I know I'm not showing you every single thing that I have in here, but I've already done that in a video. So if you've already seen that, awesome. And if you'd like to go back and see that, again, you can check that video out. This is really just to kind of explain the Frankenplanning process. And so another thing in the Frankenplanning process that I do is I use both top tabs, so these bookmarks, and you can get these either in sets, or sometimes they'll come in different accessory packs or that kind of thing from the Happy Planner. Lots of Etsy stores also sell these, or other planner companies also sell variations on this theme. I just like to keep everything, you know, I know that Happy Planner fits in my planner, so I tend to use their products, but this separates me going into my next section. So I know that I have now left my home section because I'm flipping over a tab. And so we are going into my vision board, and these typically come in the planner companions. And so I created this one from the most recent wellness planner companion, and I did a whole video walking you through this. So if you'd like to see that, you can. But then after my vision board, this is my work section. So I have my vision board in here because it's kind of a reminder of my goals and all of that good thing. It's a good transition from home and that kind of thing into work. Now, if you are new to me, first of all, welcome to my channel. And if you are, if you are new, I am a virtual ed teacher, and my school is virtual even when we are not in COVID. So we have been virtual for the last 15 years. And so when the Happy Planner came out with the work from home extension pack, or I guess that's what I call it, or how they marketed it, but I think it's actually called the Girl with Goals. So you can see it's called Goals right here, and that's this. And so that is one half of how I do my work stuff. So this is how I track everything day to day for work. Because I'm a teacher, I also have a big teacher planner where I track my lessons and lesson planning and that kind of thing. If you're also an educator or a homeschool parent or something and you'd like to see lesson planning with me or that kind of thing, feel free to let me know that down in the comments below. I'd be happy to show you that. I just haven't had a big ask for it. So if you'd like me to show you that, we can do that. But this is the next planner in my Frankenplanner. So you can see that some of these are planners, some of them are extension packs. And so that's just really, again, what worked well for me. And I will say, right off the bat, Frankenplanning will get expensive. So this is not cheap, because you can see that I'm having to buy multiple planners, multiple extension packs, that kind of thing, to make the perfect planner that works really well for me. That is something that I feel comfortable doing in my financial situation, but you can also do all of these things by using just one planner as well to make that work as well. This is just how my brain compartmentalizes things and what I feel comfortable spending on my planners and that kind of thing. So this extension pack is next, and it is an hourly weekly layout with a monthly, just kind of a standard monthly here. But then in between here, there are also you have some goal setting pages, priority type lists, you have tasks and to-dos and all of that. And then this is where I track kind of my day-to-day, what's happening. Again, am a virtual ed teacher, so I'm on the phone with my kids almost constantly. I feel like I always tell my kiddos that, I don't have you in a classroom, and so the only way that I can see you raising your hand is if you give me a call or a text or something like that. I'm in a lot of meetings just because I'm not in a classroom for 8 hours a day teaching different sections. That's not how our school is set up. So I tend to be in a lot of different meetings where we're collaborating as educators. And so my school day is set up a little bit differently than I would say your traditional educator. And so the hourly format works really well for me to track what I'm doing each day. I do also pair this with a Google Calendar where, I'm synced with different folks from my work. So I transfer all of the digital stuff onto paper because it works really well for me to have it on paper. And then if you guys would like to see a video for me talking about why as a digital teacher I like to use a paper planner, I am totally happy to do that. But again, let me know that in the comments if that's something you would like to see as well. And so then continuing to move through my personal Frankenplanner, then I have some goal setting pages and some hourly pages. And so you can get different versions of the hourly fill paper. This is one option. This is another option. They have so many different options. You could even create a fully daily planner if you wanted to with this hourly daily fill paper. I just have some sheets in here because having a daily planner every day is a little bit too much for me. So sometimes I plan my day this way and other times I don't. So that's another thing that I added into my Frankenplanner. And then let's see, these goal setting sheets, I think these came out of the Farmhouse Planner Companion that I'm not sure if it's still available or not, but I added these in here because again, just other paper that I wanted to have in here in case I wanted to go ahead and set those goals for myself. And then again, we come to another top tab. So I can see that we're in the January tab of this particular planner, but now I know that I'm moving into the social media section of my planner, and that planner is the Happy Planner Goals Planner. And so again, I have the monthly, I have 1 month and 1 month and then 4 weeks and then the next month's dashboard. And this one looks like, so it is a monthly layout here, and then you have a vertical-ish type planner right here. And so this is kind of what we've got going on. This is how I do my social media planning and that kind of thing. I will be working on, some goal setting and that kind of thing. So there is that, and that's how that works for me. I also utilize these pages, so the Get Social pages, and then I have the Plan of Attack pages. These all came together, and I just tossed these in here to complete my social media section. So you can kind of see that that is a planner in itself, but it's different things that are combined together to make my Frankenplanner. And then my last top tab section is for wellness. And so I have some pages that came in here from other planners. So this came from a wellness extension pack. These are wellness filler paper that are weekly check-ins. Same with this. But then the actual planner that I'm using in here, I have some doodling paper. This, okay, and I've been trying to remember where this came from. So this, I think, came from the Digital Detox, what is this? The Recovery Planner. So I have the Recovery Planner as my wellness planner. And for the layout of this one, again, you have a monthly, and then it's also a dashboard, but different, like a wellness focused dashboard, which works really well for me. And then the last planner, if you would call it that, is also in here, but it is actually a journal. It's a guided journal called All the Feels, and that is like the mental health line that the Happy Planner has for this year. And so the guided journaling pages, they just start here. You walk through, some different guided journal prompts. But those are all of the things that I have together to create this one planner. And so then the other things that you have to consider when you're building a Frankenplanner is, do you, especially if you're new, do you want to use one of the covers? Because you will have many if you decide to go down this route. Do I want to use one of these covers that came on the planners that I'm using? Or do I want to order a custom cover from Etsy? Do I want to buy an additional planner to get a cover? And then what type of discs do I want to use? Because look, if you're using something from one of these, you have lots of different options. Or if you're like me and you have a stash, you can just pull from there. So what I did is I actually pulled this cover from another planner called The Minimalist because I saw it and I loved it, and the rest was history. And then I pulled some rose gold metal discs from my stash, and the rest, again, was history. This pen loop I get questions about all the time. It's from the Arc brand, and I picked it up off of Amazon. I have that link down below. And then this pen is from the Villa Beautiful shop. So that is sort of kind of the basics of Frankenplanning. But again, you could do all of these things in one planner. Like I could keep all of my wellness stuff, my personal stuff, my work stuff. Well, probably not my work, but I could keep like personal and wellness and social media all together in one planner, and then work stuff all together in one planner, and really like pare down my system if I wanted to. But I feel like I am so much more productive in a Frankenplanning system where I have multiple planners, but they're all in one book. I've also seen lots of people be really successful with using multiple planners that are separated out, just like these are. So having them just out, and that works really well for them. But the Frankenplanning, again, just having the one book, the simplicity to go to, works really, really well for me. If you have any other additional questions about Frankenplanning or how to get started with your happy planner, you can let me know that down in the comments below. I am by no means an expert, but I have been doing this for a couple of years, so I'm happy to share my experiences with all of you. So thank you so much for being here. If you are new to the Happy Planner community, I am so glad you're here. I love meeting new planner friends, and I can't wait to see you and all of the things that you do. And then if you are also new to my YouTube channel, hello, my name is Caitlin, and I would absolutely love it if you would hit that red subscribe button down below so that you can follow along on all of the fun things that we're doing here. I have so much fun stuff coming. As you could hear, I was kind of generating ideas as we were walking through this video, so lots of fun things coming. And if you ever have a video request, you can drop that down in the comments below. I always try to get to those requests as well. And if you are one of my current followers, thank you so much for all of your love and support. I absolutely adore you guys. You are the light of my lives, and here's your internet hug for the day. And if you would like to find me on other social platforms, you can find me over on Instagram on the Spiced Chaos podcast, as well as on Patreon. And I have 2 new patrons, which is so exciting. So if you would like to join, right now is a great time. Your cards will not be charged now and the beginning of the month. They will just be charged at the beginning of January. I have so many fun things coming. I'm actually going to go ahead and record a video for my patrons after this. So you're going to get exclusive content over there, which is exciting. But I also love it if you support me here as well. So all of those things are fantastic, but those are other places you can find me if you're looking for other, other places to find me specifically. And then thank you so much for watching. And by the way, you guys, have fun today.